pretty quickly I switched to listening to a lot of East Coast hip-hop, you know, what they call the golden era in the 90s, East Coast, Tribe Called Quest, and De La Soul, all that stuff, Wu-Tang. Yeah, then got to college, and my dad gave me an acoustic guitar, and I've just been doing like monotone hip-hop over beats for like 4 or 5 years, but also freshman year was a really difficult year for me, man, in Indiana at Ball State. Do we have any freshmen here? No, we don't. Do we have any college students here? Okay. I think for a lot of kids, man, you know, that first year away, you know, out of your parents' house is like exhilarating and a ton of fun, but also disorienting and like identity crisis, you know. Particularly in my case, I grew up doing a lot of drugs, dealing a lot of drugs, but yet had a respectable household where I'd still show up at 6 for dinner every day and look my dad in the eyes and, you know, tell him how my day was, but, you know, after I put Visine in my eyes. But then going to college was like freedom, you know, do whatever I want, whenever I want. And it only took a year for me to realize, yeah, it wasn't all I was cracked up to be, you know, so I'd go out 4 or 5 nights a week and just, you know, got in thick with the party crowd, you know, and lost control. And while all that was happening, like all of a sudden the acoustic guitar was like coming alive, even in that hard time, as this sort of vehicle for me to make sense of life. And even now, 10 years later, I'm realizing music is as much a tool for myself as it is to share with others. That like a lot of these songs, they're sort of birthed alone in a room because I have to like make sense of stuff. I have to make sense of struggle. I have to make sense of this invisible God that I talk to and I sense guiding my life, which sometimes seems very real and sometimes doesn't seem very real. But overarchingly, he's very real, you know? So songs are this way of like communicating with him. But all this to say, that first year, at the very end of that school year, is when like I had, you know, the breakdown moment where I had totally lost control. But yeah, Christ in particular was like so real in the midst of all of it, so real. The contrast was so severe between like light and dark. I think that's a grace sometimes when he lets our life come to a point where the contrast between light and dark and like literal evil and literal good, because these days some people don't believe evil is real, and you know your philosophy professors will tell you that it's not real, you know, but we know it's real. And when you come to a point where like good and evil are very real inside of you, and light and dark are very real, it forces a decision because it's that razor's edge, you know. And it was the end of that year that pushed me like to make that decision. And this song sprang forth out of that. So this is called Freedom. So. Professional or beginner, doesn't matter, every sinner's a prisoner in the body that is subject to time. Now my entwined mind tries to form a straight line, not like twisted scoliosis of the spinal cord. Construct, cross-eyed copper doesn't cut and crooked lines can't construct. Man-made shrines when the winds in the water move the sands to time. Many minds on the deadline, yet live life like a live wire. I'm not tired of blood and fire, spirits moving higher, and the green grass ever lifted me. Spirits moving higher than anything else ever lifted you. See, we got spirituality. It's living in us like a 1 and 3. Injustice is concerning me in a non-linear eternity. I'm speaking paradoxically, but you can nod your head now when you understand me. This is for my free men whose backs won't bend in the lion's den or with their eyes on the ending. This is for my free women who fight with their love, the parents of our children. Free men whose backs won't bend in the lion's den or with their eyes on the ending. This is for my free women who fight with their love, the parents of our children. We shine like lights exposing what lies underneath decomposing. On adult chains they're rusted. Oh my God, is that what I trusted in? That sin, that tomfoolery. But what it is mental jewelry that I adorn myself with. The enemy's gifts, the man-made myths, the ignorant bliss of marijuana spliffs and alcoholic fifths, and I got so sick and tired of it. Delivered and redeemed, about Christ I mean. It's time to start living, get a reason for the rhymes. I don't wanna be dead wrong on the deadline, standing on the dark side and all out of time. Like a blind pantomime's fantasize, climb up his own ladder to the sun to shine. And nothing's mine that hasn't been given, and no one's alive here that hasn't been risen. For 19 years I was trapped in a prison, feeling my escape by means of derision. But every man-made attempt just failed when trapped in the jail of my own guilt, shame and iniquity. I was looking for freedom. How'd I find freedom from all of this? He said believe. He said believe now. Who are you telling me to believe? He said I'm the Christ. So I believed. I said, hey, yeah.